Good afternoon and welcome to the lounge of Riga Jurmala Music Festival season 2022. My name is Zane Čulkstana. I'm the executive director of our festival, and tonight I'll also be your host for this wonderful online event. Labvakar un laipni lūgti Rīgas Jūrmalas mūzikas festivāla jaunās sezonas atklāšanas pasākumā. Man sauc Zane Čulkstēna, es esmu festivāla izpildirektore un šovakar arī pasākumu vadītāji, kas ar jūsu atļauju tālāk pāries uz angļu valodu, jo liela daļa no mūsu pasākumu dalībniekiem un arī skatītājiem ir pieslēgušies no visas pasaules. Now, this is the fourth year when we have honor and extreme pleasure to announce a new season. Normally, it would involve a serious press conference and a reception that follows this with lots of conversation and probably lots of champagne. But you probably noticed that this year, because of COVID, is a bit different. But we are equally excited to have this all online, as we are always looking for new ways of both announcing the season, but also reaching broader audience. So, before we start, a couple of technicalities. The event is planned for 1 hour. We might fit into 50 minutes, so bear with us. Please share this stream on your Facebook feed. As those of you who will last until the end and will share this stream will have a possibility to win 2 invitations to any of our wonderful concerts. Also, please use a possibility and opportunity to ask questions either on Facebook feed or using Slido. And just to make sure we all know how to use Slido, I want you right now to go to www.slido.com, and it's not just you who can ask questions, but it's also us who can ask you the questions. So we actually are quite curious to find out where are you joining us from. Please, let's try it. Use hashtag Riga Jurmala 2022 and answer the question, yes, so where are you joining us from? Currently, I see that all 3 Baltic states are very well represented. It's actually not a surprise because number of visitors from Lithuania and Estonia have been increasing every year, and we're very happy about that. We have nobody from Germany, UK joining us yet, even though a couple signed up. Majority Latvia, which is 80% of our audience. So wonderful. Welcome, and Slido will be the main platform for asking questions. Please use it. Last but not the least, the festival tickets will go online right at the end of this event on our website, as always. And we have special Christmas present for all of you. Just first 3 days, you'll have a chance to buy tickets with early bird discount of 30%. So just 3 days, use this opportunity to buy both presents for yourself, but also presents for your family, friends, colleagues, or clients. Now, I think we've gone through main technicality, and I know the main interest tonight for everyone is really to find out, so what kind of musicians are we going to meet next summer. So it is my honor and pleasure to introduce our artistic team, Martin Engström, and our Associate Artistic Director, Miguel Esteban, one joining from Switzerland, the other one joining from London, and really, yeah, without further ado, I'm passing this online floor to our Martin. Hi, Martin.
Hi, it's Anna. It's great to see you and also to see that beautiful Baltic Sea in the background.
It's a little misleading, Martin, I must say. It's minus 13 outside, but we are in a festival mode for the summer.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I was born in Stockholm, so anyway, we have 4 beautiful weekends lined up for you at the Riga Jurmala Music Festival 2022. And we have also prepared one video per weekend. So let's start with the first introductory weekend.
Guest Orchestra, Mariinsky Orchestra. Conductor, Valery Gergiev. Soloists, Janine Jansen, Behzod Abduraimov. Guest recitalists, Katya and Marielle Labec. Noon concerts, Alexander Malofeev, Christophe Barati.
Well, the visiting orchestra will be Mariinsky Orchestra, who hasn't been in Jurmala since 10 years. So we're happy to have them back. Wonderful orchestra, wonderful sound conductor. And the 2 soloists, the irresistible Janine Jansen, who many of you know, and perhaps not so well-known Behzod Abduraimov, a young pianist from Uzbekistan who's starting to make a name for himself. And I advise you also to have a look at the opening of the festival, which is on the Friday, 1st of July, with Katya and Marielle Labec performing. These are some 2 sisters who perform together since about 50 years and who have created an amazing list of works for themselves through their friendship with different composers. And one of the works they're going to perform in Jurmala is a piece by Philip Glass, which has a multimedia element to it, and it really promises to be very swingy and very percussive and exciting. So come and see Katya and Marielle Labec and the Mariinsky Orchestra. And of course, we had 2 noon concerts with young Russian pianist Alexander Malofeev, 19 years old, who I have been following since he was about 12 years. And he's truly a wonderful young man who I think you will enjoy. Christophe Barati, a little bit older, Hungarian violinist, who is a very, very fine musician and who will team up with the members of Riga Sinfonietta to do Vivaldi 4 Seasons and some other works. So I think it's a strong first weekend we are launching, and then let's have a look at the second weekend.
Guest Orchestra, Bavarian Radio Symphony Orchestra. Conductor, Michael Tilson Thomas. Soloists, Joshua Bell. Truls Mörk. Guest recitalist, András Schiff. Noon concerts, Alexandra Dovgan, Sheko Kanne-Mason and Isata Kanne-Mason.
When we started the Riga Jurmala Music Festival in 2019, one of the objectives was to collaborate with Mariss Jansons and to bring his Bavarian Radio Symphony Orchestra regularly to Riga Jurmala. Unfortunately, as we all know, Mariss passed away before we could start together, but we said that we would continue collaborating with his orchestra, and this year they will be coming back for 2 concerts, with this time with American legend conductor Tilson Thomas. Michael has had some serious health problem the last 6, 7, 8 months, so we were not able to catch up on the program together with him, but what is sure is that Joshua Bell will be his soloist for the first concert with Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto, and Truls Mørk will be his soloist in the Shostakovich Cello Concerto for the second concert. And in the middle, we will present András Schiff in a recital. András has a new way of presenting his programs with on stage himself. He doesn't want to let us know in advance what he will play, so he will take a microphone and introduce his program work by work, and that he will also do in at the Tintare Hall on the 16th of July. And for the morning concerts, we have a very young pianist called Alexandra Dovgan, who is 14 years old now, I believe, and an enormous talent. And on the Sunday morning, Sheko Kanne-Mason avec his sister Isata. Donc, Sheko is a British cellist who came to fame a couple of years ago when he played on the marriage of Meghan and Harry. And well, that was his claim to fame, but he's a really wonderful, charismatic cellist. So that was our second weekend. Let's see what we have for our third weekend.
Guest orchestra, Mariss Jansons Festival Orchestra. Conductor, Klaus Mekele. Soloist, Yuja Wan. Guest recitalist, Joseph Kalea. Noon concerts. Nobuyuki Tsujii. Bruce Liu.
You will remember that in 2021, we had 5 weekends and 5 different orchestras, 4 of them canceled due to COVID-related problems. And when the Bavarian Radio Symphony Orchestra canceled in the very last moment, their musicians turned around and said, management might have canceled us, but we would like to go. So after some discussions with Miguel, with me, with the orchestra management, they said, we will put together a Mariss Jansons Festival Orchestra as a tribute to Mariss. And they turned to orchestra members from his 4 or 5 favorite orchestras that Mariss used to conduct: Vienna Philharmonic, Berlin Philharmonic, Concertgebouw, Bavarian Radio, Oslo, and Zurich. And they put together an orchestra with friends, and they all had in common that Mariss knew them personally. So it was a very beautiful project, which I think we will make continue in the future also. And the conductor this year will be Klaus Mäkelä. He's a superstar young Finnish conductor, 25 years of age, who's already chief conductor with the Oslo Philharmonic and the Orchestra de Paris, and really a great, young, wonderful talent. And the Sunday recital will be the great Maltese tenor Joseph Kalecha, who had to cancel his concert in Riga last summer. And we're very excited to have him, and he will be performing together with the orchestra of the Latvian National Opera. We have 2 morning concerts again. The blind Japanese pianist Nobuyuki Tsujii, who is coming to Latvia, I believe, for the first time, and the young Bruce Liu, who just a couple of months ago won the Chopin competition. And I thought this would interest you to experience him firsthand. So I believe a strong third weekend. With looking at the schedule, I'm really happy that there are so many young performers coming to Riga Jurmala next summer. So let's see how the 4th weekend will look like.
Guest orchestra, Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra. Conductor Manfred Honeck. Soloists Hélène Grimaud, Gauthier Capuçon. Guest recitalist Daniil Trifonov. Noon concerts Freddy De Tomaso, Maria Dueñas.
We're particularly glad to have the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra coming to Riga. You might know that Mariss Jansons was the chief conductor for many, many years in Pittsburgh, and we'll be happy to welcome them to his home country. Hélène Grimaud will be his soloist for the first concert, and Gauthier Capuçon for the second concert. And having Daniil Trifonov in your music festival is something I think every organizer would like to have. My background, my whole life, I've been looking for talents, I've been accompanying talents, identifying talents, and I go back about 10 years now with Daniil, since the day he won the the Tchaikovsky competition in Moscow. I was on the jury at that time, and I've accompanied him very, very closely over all these years, and I'm very happy that he will come to us. We have 2 morning concerts: a young tenor, Freddy Di Tommaso, exclusive contract with Decca, who is just popping up everywhere, and it's true, he has an exceptional voice, and he's going to sing some Neapolitan songs and opera arias. And then on Sunday morning, we hear the first prize winner of the last Yehudi Menuhin competition, Maria Dueñas, also a very young Spanish lady. So I think we have a very exciting Riga Jurmala Music Festival 2022, and I hope that you will help us in spread the message and make many people come despite all the problems we have to deal with in making this reality. But we're very optimistic and it'll be an exciting summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. It's going to be more than exciting, and thank you and Miguel for putting together such an extraordinary program. So every year you're wondering, can it get even more extraordinary, even more exciting? Well, it can be, and I can just say that as a Latvian, I'm very happy to see that on top of these world-renowned orchestras and conductors and amazing soloists and young performers. We'll actually have this year more than 120 Latvian musicians joining us as a part of 3 ensembles. So Latvian National Opera Orchestra, Symphonietta, Riga, and State Choir Latvia. So it is going to be very special indeed. And Martin, as you were speaking, we've been receiving tons of messages, both personally but also online, and I don't know, around 10 questions by now already. We'll have time to answer, I hope, a couple of them. So if we can switch to Slido, I will read out the most popular ones. There are some compliments, like thank you for including Klaus Mekele in the program. I think that's, you're very much welcome. But now going to the questions. First question, what does it mean to the festival to have created Mariss Jansons Festival Orchestra? What are long-term plans for Mariss Jansons Festival Orchestra, Martin?
Well, I think more and more festivals are going away from having just visiting orchestras coming to their festival. I mean, you see Lucerne Festival, you see Verbier Festival, you see there are many festivals who try to create their own orchestra. So and to get your own identity, I think this group is going one step further. Even it's creating an emotional tie around a legendary Latvian conductor with musicians who all knew him and who all respected him and who from their end asked to create this. So it's a highly emotional group, and I think when you hear them perform, you feel this extra energy. So I think it means a lot to many people, of course, to Irina, his wife, and to every Latvian who had the fortune to see him conduct.
It was definitely emotional on both sides, and I think one could hear it and experience. So I also hope that it's going to become an annual tradition. Now, next question. The concert of the piano duo will be performed at the festival for the first time. Will it become a tradition? Can we expect other piano duets in the future?
On a personal basis, I don't really like piano duets because, well, different reasons, too long to explain here. But Katja and Marielle, the way they have performed over the years, the way they have created repertoire for themselves, the way they have progressed in the presentation of their art is quite sensational and unique. So they stand out. But otherwise, I would much rather hear András Schiff and Yevgeny Kissin, for instance, do a recital together, or I don't know, Daniil Trifonov and Yuja Wang play together a recital. It's, but that's my artistic feelings, but they're perhaps a bit personal.
Thank you, Martin. The question about what will Sir András Schiff perform was already answered by you, we don't know. So that will be a surprise for everyone. We have a question. Glad to see some Latvian names among the artists. How did you decide on what artists from Latvia to include in this festival's program?
Well, this year we have no Latvian soloist, but we have, as you mentioned before, three entities. We have the chorus, chamber orchestra, National Opera Orchestra. So I think we have to find a healthy collaboration between local ensembles and visiting ensembles, and that's our job.
Wonderful. And two more questions. So how were all orchestras chosen, if you can share?
Well, firstly, we always try to get the best possible orchestras we can find. I mean, quality is the most important for us. So, and then we have to deal with reality, which orchestras are available, which are on tour. Vienna Philharmonic, for instance, they are from the 20th of July to 31st of August in Salzburg every year, and beginning of July they always have vacation, so it's difficult to find a time for the Vienna Philharmonic. For the American orchestras, as you know from last year, we had the Boston Symphony and the Chicago Symphony, which were announced and then cancelled. So we have to find this balance between reality and dreams. But rest assured, we're always trying to find the best.
Okay, thank you. And last but not the least, a question important to every Latvian. Will there be any Wagner on the program?
Well, keep dreaming, because with a little bit luck, we might be able to add something later. We're working on something, and will it happen? I can't tell you today, but it's work in progress. So keep your fingers crossed, and perhaps we can add something even this year.
Thank you, Martin, so much. I think on this positive note of both having such an extraordinary program planned, but also potentially having some surprise announcement in the beginning of next year, let's proceed with a bit more information about what can we expect from Riga Jurmala Music Academy. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you. Thank you, Sanne.
Yes, and as you know, nurturing talents, young music talents from not only Latvia but all three Baltic states have been part of our mission right from the day one. But weirdly enough, I have to thank, I guess, COVID for bringing it to the level and scale that we wouldn't have expected. Over this 1.5 years, we've had almost 150 masterclasses, both online and in person, and total reach is well over 300,000 people online, as we were quite surprised that of course it's not only music professionals and musicians watching masterclasses, but music lovers such as all of you watching us now. And to tell a bit more about what we can expect from the Academy next summer, I want to introduce you with Toms Ostrovskis, Riga Jurmala Academy Director. So Toms, what can we expect next summer from the Academy?
I think we can expect surprises as well as we expect them in the festival, but there are going to be several traditions that we maintain. First is we are going to organize masterclasses for strings, winds, keyboards and vocals. The other thing is we are going to continue organizing both online masterclasses and masterclasses in presence, because we have found out that first of all, masterclasses online are much easier to organize, because we can get names that do not travel, and we can get names that actually maybe sometimes do not even teach outside their own environment. And second of all, our students have commented that actually the experience of online masterclasses is quite indistinguishable from real-life masterclasses in some cases. So we're going to do that as well. And during summer, we'll be having a ton of fantastic names on our roster, I hope.
Wonderful. And actually, you start answering already some of the questions that we're getting online, and let me ask at least two of them. So when the masterclasses of 2022 will be announced?
Yes, that's a good question. Well, obviously we couldn't do much with the information we got until today because it was a secret. Now the secret's out, and we are going to be working with all these artists to negotiate times and possibilities and fees and all that kind of stuff. But they are going to be announced most probably in 90% shape within a month.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Will international students be accepted, and it's specified outside the Baltics?
Outside the Baltics, yes. We want to take great care of Baltics because we are the three sister republics, and we want to take great care of our Latvian students because we know that in the region there are not many such festivals and definitely not many masterclasses of such levels. So we are really focusing on our region, but we have been thinking about the international component, and we definitely want to extend our outreach, which we can do if COVID allows us. So let's keep our fingers crossed that there are no Omicrons and other letters of alphabets coming our way. And then our orchestra masterclasses will most probably have open applications from Europe and beyond.
Wonderful. And we have great questions coming in, so I'll ask two more. So who chooses the repertoire of masterclass?
The repertoire is always sent to the master. So the actual professors can choose, and sometimes we have to resend the repertoire 2 times back and forth because some of the masters are quite particular on what they want to do and what they do not want to do. Some others are very open and say, look, whatever the students want to sing or play, I will accommodate.
Great. And then the last question, there was plenty of positive feedback from students, and one can watch. We actually have all online masterclasses, also in-person masterclasses available online, but also we have interviews with students to hear what they think about the experience. But so there were plenty of positive feedback from students. Were teachers also satisfied with the results?
Again, one good question. I think they must have been, because every good teacher cares about their student, not just in the sense of teaching them to play, but also in the sense of furthering their careers. And contact to such professionals, such masters, such stars is always beneficial to the student, and so it, by definition, must be beneficial to the teacher.
Wonderful. Well, Toms, we will wait and eagerly await for the announcement of the masterclass schedule, which we hope will be made public within a month. And it has been also our previous experience to announce masterclasses step by step. So we'll probably do the same this year. So thank you so much. And we are quickly approaching the end of our online lounge, but last and very important part of our event is thanking our supporters. And you have to know that only 12% of our income comes from tickets, so beware, all your tickets are heavily subsidized, irrespectively of what's their price. And really, it's 83% of our budget comes from incredibly generous individual supporters and companies. I will not read out the names of all 21 of them, but I want you to know that every single one of them has made this possible, and without them, this couldn't have been. Also, I want to know I want you to know the names of companies and institutions that support us. We have Amber with Cross Keys Gin brand. We have Food Union with Excellence brand, Baltikova, Rietumbank, RTP Global, LSC. We have 3 private institutions, foundations, Uniting History, Walla Foundation, Zuzeum. And we have 3 public entities, which are Riga City Council, Jurmala City, and also State Culture Capital Foundation. And today I'm also happy to tell that we have one more legendary, I would like to say, Latvian company joining us, which is Dzintari. Many know the recent rebranding of this historic cosmetics label. So very excited to see you joining us. And also I'm very happy to inform you that we have signed long-term collaboration contract with Credit Suisse, which was very happy about the first year's collaboration and see it expanding and growing over the next 3 and 5 years. So thank you all so much. And now we have approached the very end. And as I told in the beginning, I can only remind you once again that tickets are available on our website. They are on sale now. So basically, rush to get the best seats and use only for 3 days early bird discount of 30%. And as promised, we said we will reward 5 individuals who joined us tonight and also were actively sharing our Facebook stream. And may I ask my team to put their names? So 2 invitations to any of the concerts you would like to attend will be received by Pierre Bernard, Christiane Dave, Marita Kruuskopa, Beate Gilgen Reiner, and Christina Rimkunaite. Please contact us at info@rigajurmala.com and we'll arrange invitations. So thank you so much. We are very excited and really can't wait for next summer. I know there is a tough winter ahead of us, but even more so, we should all look ahead. And unlike last year, this year I can say with 100% certainty that festival will take place and will take place with full halls under the current green, so to say, requirements. So let's, yes, all get to our calendars, start putting in the concerts, and I can only share a secret for choosing the best concerts, and the secret is attending all of them. I myself, as most of the team, have not missed a one, and I really recommend it, and it's quite possible if you book whole weekend and a whole festival experience. So thank you so much, and see you next summer. Bye.